What is going on? We got with us here Brian from Hairband Basement. What is going on, my man?
How you doing? Thanks for having me on again. It's always a good time.
Yes, I see that we have stayed out of that collateral damage. So welcome back, my man. Good stuff, good stuff. So we have a very interesting Foursquare here for you today, and I am chomping at the bit to talk about pretty much all four of these albums for different reasons. So the four of these albums is going to be I just fucked it up. But okay, here it is. All right,
It's all right.
these four albums here are Britny Fox, Boys and Heat, their second album, Cats and Boots debut album and only album really, Kicked and
Yeah.
Clawed, Ace Frehley's first, or I guess technically second solo album, if you will, and Gotthard, Dial Hard, their second album in 1994.
I'm gonna say
But
this.
yeah,
Put
yeah,
that back up there. Put that bucket. Put those
okay.
that picture back up there. All four of those have terrible album covers. Good God. How did you manage this four squares? A full sweep of shitty album covers.
I will kind of agree with that, except Boys and Heat, because obviously I got my
Oh,
Boys and Heat shirt on. I got my Boys and Heat album LP over here. I got my cassettes. I got my Brian. I'm not bullshit, man. I, I'm not playing games anymore. I am decking out my whole area here with Boys and Heat.
you just get boys in heat sheets for your bed. Pillow
I
covers.
actually did see that on Facebook once. You know how it's like probably some bullshit ad,
Yeah,
like scam. It was like a picture of it, and I was like, I might take the risk and get my profile hacked to click on this.
I think as much as I think that Britney Fox album cover is terrible, I might wear that shirt just as out of irony.
Yeah.
Just fucking slap that thing. That and a heavy bone shirt, or that weird fucking kid drawn monster thing on my shirt.
Maybe get you one with Boys and Heat on the front and the Heavy Bone Sex
There you
Monster on the
go.
back.
There you go. Two
Kill two birds
first.
with one stone all the
There
time,
you
right
go.
there.
Two shitty birds.
So, like I said, we are talking about a little bit about Ace Frehley, but this might be a perfect segue into our classic lead in right here.
Oh, you got the mustaches. Oh God, those mustaches are uncomfortable.
It is. It is.
It just
Go ahead,
what's
Brian. I know you always have something new to say.
oh
What are
my
we looking at
God.
this week? What's the new? What's the eye
Wow.
popping
I
here?
mean, they look like Mario's brothers. Like
Luigi's.
There's Mario, Luigi, and Gene. Oh my God.
Gene's the evil. Gene's the evil Luigi
What was his name? Wario or some shit or something?
with the evil mushroom.
Oh
Oh
my God.
god.
And the other you have the other one with Gene, that stupid model fucking
Oh yeah, yeah. I think this one might actually be your favorite, Brian.
this is just hilarious. It's like again, he looks like Italian mafia and for yous can't leave.
Brian, you just know
Oh,
he's sexy. Don't be jealous.
I'm not knocking it. I'm not one to judge.
All right.
That rug he's got on his chest.
Yeah.
Chewbacca chest.
The penciled in hairs. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh.
There's only one Gene Simmons, Brian. Only one Gene
Yes.
Simmons. So whether you knock it or you love it, only one Gene Simmons.
If there were two, one would sue the other one for the rights to the name. That's what happened.
you know, as bullshit aside, you're probably right.
Yeah.
So Brian, you want to start actually since we are kind of like on the Kiss topic. You want to start with Ace Frehley with
Sure.
Frehley's comment. Go
Yeah.
ahead, talk to me about Frehley's comment.
Rock Soldiers. I mean, was that a single? Was that one of the
Yes, that
singles?
was it. Yeah, single music video single.
I think that's a solid song. Breakout is really good.
Mhm.
Where's the other one?
Into the Night was the other music video single as well.
Yes, that's a great tune. I really like that one. And then there was one, Something Moved. That might be my favorite off the album.
Really?
Yeah, I really like that
Okay.
one. There was another one I thought, I can't remember what it was
We
now.
Got Your Rock.
Was that's a good one too, but there was another one I thought that could have been a single. I can't remember which one it was. I don't remember if it was Love Me Right or Calling on You. It was one of those. But I remember listening
Stranger
to
in a Strange Land?
No. I think this
Okay.
album gets weaker as it goes on though.
Yeah. I do agree with that sentiment. I mean the side A is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I always kind of like this album. It's nothing special, but Rock Soldiers, I will say, is Ace Frehley's like probably best song that he ever did.
Okay.
And I know a lot of
get
people
on board
love
with
that
that.
debut of his with the 4 solo album, Kiss. I consider
Mhm.
that the debut of Ace Frehley. But I just never really got into that album. I don't get the exact love that warrants. But I mean, it's fine, but nothing crazy. I
I
tend to visit this. I tend to visit this more than
yeah, I think those 4 albums are the money grab. That's what they
yeah.
seem like. This was on top of their game. Everyone was all they were selling everything. They had dolls of themselves at the same time.
Yes, yeah.
So it was just like I think that gets the love because it's the best one out of the 4. That's all it is. I've
Well,
heard Peter
and
Chris's is pretty good too.
well, I was gonna say Peter
People
Criss is
got
my favorite
okay.
of the 4 solo albums. But I mean, yes, Ace would probably be the next one for me
Mhm.
as well. But I mean, I don't think really any of them are something I'm gonna like tell someone they have to go listen to.
I agree. I
But then
agree.
again, I mean, I'm kind of in that boat with just 70s Kiss in general. Um,
Oh, so I like 70s Kiss better than 80s Kiss.
okay, yeah, see, we're a little
Yeah.
different on that then.
But those 4, no, they don't it's not Kiss. It's just
Yeah, like you said, a money grab. I
yeah.
totally understand and you can hear that too,
Yeah.
especially on Gene's album,
Yeah.
especially on Gene. Yeah,
There
yeah.
is one tune off the album I do like, and I can't remember the fucking name of it.
Radioactive.
That's not bad. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the single off there.
Yeah. I don't mind that, but I mean,
Wish Upon a
no,
Star. You're
I'm
not a
not playing
fan?
that on my show. No.
That's
Sorry,
not your
Gene.
favorite ballad there,
No, it's
Crash?
not. No, it is
Okay.
not.
Okay. But back to the Freddie's comment here. I like it. I think Rock Soldiers is absolutely a really, really good song. Right up there with anything else. But like you said, Into the Night, like I like that song, but it's like one of those songs where it's kind of like kind of even forgotten, even to me. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's not great, but it is very catchy. Like I do catch myself thinking about this song once in a while.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. But I have to say, I think the standout for me that I was absolutely amazed by is "We Got Your Rock." I
That's a
think
good
that
one.
that beat, that chorus, awesome, catchy as all hell. Um, I actually when I probably haven't listened to this album for probably a couple months now, up until we talked about doing this Foursquare, and
Mhm.
I gotta say it was just as good, if not better, than when I last listened to it a couple months ago. So
I think I'm with you.
very
It's a solid album, but I think you described it with one of the songs. Probably, it's a forgotten album.
mhm.
Like, poor Ace he's put out some decent music, but just never kept caught on or done anything really. I
Yeah.
mean, what was it last year? He had another album come out and
Now
kind of
let,
came
let
and
me
went.
let me throw this question at you. Do you think it's possibly because he gets touted as like a guitar hero and guitar god? And I strongly
Who
disagree
says
with that.
that? Wait, who else says that?
I
That's
I, I
so
hear that
really.
one of the most influential
I get
guitar
that,
players,
but
and like I mean, you even hear Angus Young get thrown into that mix, like and Eric Clapton, and like
well,
just
Clapton, I
these really
get.
weird, not very flashy or good, or just never moved me. I will say,
I
like
mean, I think being influential is one thing as opposed to being a virtuoso. I
okay,
don't think
yeah,
Ace is
I get
that.
that. You can draw that line, yeah,
Yeah, I don't think Ace is that, but there are a lot of people. Dimebag Darrell played guitar because of Ace Frehley. He was a huge Kiss fan. So
right,
that's
yeah.
yeah, that I get, but it's not like I wouldn't put him on Mount Rushmore of fucking guitarists. Not even
Yes,
close.
and yeah,
He's maybe in the gift shop, not even near the mountain.
I would agree, and you could even argue, like, I would say Vinnie Vincent, Mark St. John, even the maybe even the Kulicks to a lesser extent could be better technically than
I
Ace
think I agree
Frehley.
with you on that.
Like,
But Ace is Ace.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's the thing.
not taking anything
Yeah.
away because he does do some decent, good stuff on here, riff wise and solo wise. But it's just not when I hear someone that's very influential and just awesome, like that always gets mentioned. A guitar player that always gets mentioned.
Mhm.
I want more than what I got in his solo stuff. You know.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. There just seems to be something I don't know, like it has to be I don't know bumped up a notch, something to really be like, all right, Ace is back and he told you so.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. It's like I like the last song on the album, the instrumental. I skip. Like I'm not gonna sit there. It's not Mr. Scary. I'm not gonna bother with this.
Right,
Why?
yeah, it just kinda like a lethargic mid-tempo,
Yeah.
like, song and doesn't really go anywhere. Now, there are a couple fractures that I do like. I think on his, Trouble Walking album from '91,
Hmm.
I like
Who's
that
that
fractured.
lady?
That's a good one, but yeah, but even I think even on the his debut solo album, that fractured is like just it's just there, and it's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay, whatever," like, I don't know, but yeah, that's a little bit of a rant, I guess, on,
But
Ace
but
Frehley.
but I think that's part of the problem. Like it's Ace Frehley, guitarist from Kiss, and then none of his albums are really blow you away.
Right.
You're like, oh shit, yeah, this is fucking. It's like, all right, there's some. I mean, I'm not gonna say that there's not good songs on this album. I think there
Oh, yeah,
is,
yeah.
but there's other songs that are. I wouldn't say stink, but don't really stand out. Like it's
Okay.
like, okay, it's there to round out the your classic filler kind of thing, almost just to round out
Okay,
10 songs.
to your point, you certainly see that as the album goes on the
Yeah.
second half,
Yep.
because like I said, the first half, I'm fine as hell. I'm
Hmm.
happy as hell with the first half. But as we go on through the second half, then we start seeing a lot of cracks.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so that's Frilly's comment there. At the end of the day, I do like it. As much as I kind of like, I guess kind of talk shit on it, but like I like it though. I like it.
Yeah, I
It's
don't think
good.
it's bad. No, I don't think it's bad at all.
So for the next one, Brian, you want to move? Where you want to move? You want to hit Britney Fox? We'll go in order here now, I guess.
All right, let's do it.
Britney
Let's
Fox,
go
Poison Me.
clockwise then. Fuck it.
Just wanted to jump in here, guys. If you guys enjoy this content that we're doing here, please like the video, please share it, and then please subscribe. That helps the channel out so much. Just helps everything that we're doing here. And also leave me a comment as well. Always interested to see what you guys had to say. Now let's jump right back into this video.
So Brittany Fox it is then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well. Let's get that out of the way.
Might as well say it. The album title and cover suck a bag of ass. Terrible.
You know what I'd like to do to you now, new bomb? I'd like to kick the crap out of you. That's what I'd like to do.
Look at that thing. It's just the anime bukkake POV fucking cover. It's terrible.
Badass.
Oh my
Badass.
god. Why? Wait, why? What do you like about it? I can't wrap my head around this
Well,
concept.
I just like the artwork. I like how it's like for older kids or teenagers, and it's like, yeah, we're in a cool gang or something. Yeah, like I don't know. Looking
You're
at
not
it when I
selling
was
it, bro. You're not selling it on me.
well, you gotta think when I first seen this and took it all in, I was like 6 years old or younger, and I was like,
Okay.
that just looks cool. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Now, if I was 18 or 20 when I first seen this, I'm like, maybe I might not like this as much. But like I told you, Brian, I we're gonna be we're gonna have some words for this album cover here. It's
So
just badass.
wait,
I don't know what to tell you.
which one do you think is better, that one or the Founding Fathers cover for the debut?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
No, I mean I like both for what they are, but that kind of leads me to another question here. But I want to get your take on this album first, though. But like, I will certainly take this album cover over the debut.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's some. I mean, great. In Motion's a great start to the goddamn album. So
Mhm.
good. Standing in the Shadow should have been huge. That should have been massive. I think the cover of Hair Dog is really good. I think it's way better than the GNR version.
Oh my, yeah. Even
Yeah,
Axl Rose said that.
yeah. Like Dream On should have been a big hit. I mean, so many good songs. She's So Lonely is a good one.
Hmm.
Though I'm gonna say this, and I might get some shit for it. It's my
Oh,
least favorite Britney Fox album.
really?
I really like the debut, and in recent years, Bite Down Hard is just so fucking good.
I'm not gonna disagree with the bite down
Yeah.
hard
I'm
one.
not knocking this album at all. I'm not saying it's a bad album. I all three of Britney Fox's albums are solid, but I
Yeah, yeah.
guess out of the three, this one's probably my least favorite.
Ah, interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. This is one of my favorite albums. I love this album. Yeah, certainly my favorite. Well, I'm not gonna say certainly because, like you said, Bite Down Hard has come up in the ranks. Like, because for most of my life, once I found the Tommy Paris era, the Boys in Heat and Bite Down Hard are always going neck and neck between each other. But I
Okay.
think I really give the edge to this album over Bite
Really?
Down Hard.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
because we have 13 tracks here, Brian, and every single one has a place, like, and its own story, its own
Okay.
sound. Like, you know how I always like to say, anything over 11, 12 tracks, get rid of this shit. Get rid of this
Yeah.
filler. There
Yeah.
there isn't none of that on here, in my opinion. I think it's super strong. Now, if you
I'm with you
did
on that. Okay.
if you did get rid of one, it would obviously be Hair of a Dog, even though it is a good cover. It's a good cover. But, I mean, you got tw 13 strong tw 12 original strong tracks here. I just don't understand the need for a cover, you know?
Yeah. I mean, not for nothing. Again, I think it's pretty good though.
And
So I'm
I'm
not
with you. I
complaining, but
like it. I like it better than the original.
it's oh yeah, Dizzy Dean's voice does give it a little more balls to it. I'll admit
Yeah.
that definitely.
And the riffs as well, like, it
A little
adds
heavier.
extra life to it, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, I got you on that. But yeah, it's
Uh,
odd. You have already have a long album. And you had a cover on there for reasons. Yeah, that's really
yeah.
odd. I don't know
That
why.
always, like, I always was like, "Oh, why would they do that with?" I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. It fits. It's fine. Whatever. Like, I'm cool. It's still album still flows. Like, even by the time I get to the final track, "Long Road," I'm like, I'm not tired of this album yet, and we just listened to 13 tracks.
I'm with you on that. You could put the album on and just be, go through the whole thing and not have to skip anything. Yeah,
Okay, all right, good.
I'm
Yeah,
with you on that.
I think that's one of the big reasons why I give it the edge over Bite Down Hard,
Hmm.
because, like, Bite Down Hard, you have what, 11 tracks, I think, and one of them is a cover as well,
Yeah.
and I that's one of the reasons why. But anyway, Dream On, great, like you said, great song. Uh, this is the Dream On that I think is the true Dream On. Fuck the Aerosmith Dream On.
Wow.
Eh,
Wow.
yes, I did.
Oh,
I just went there, Brian. I just
you
went.
are young. Go on. God. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I know. I got fighting words tonight here, Brian. Plenty of love. Absolutely a great song. Both solos are good. I and belong in Angel in My Heart is probably actually my favorite song.
That's a good one.
One of my
Yes.
favorites. And that's poppy as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So yeah, and one of the things I wanted to get your opinion then, since you mentioned it, uh when you compared the debut to this album as far as album covers, what makes you what makes you like the debut more than this album?
Just the fact that I latched onto it more when it
Okay.
came out than this one. That's all it is. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say like, oh, this is better, this, that. But I really played that one a lot when it came out. This one I got on cassette 'cause I'm an old fuck, but never really dove deep into it. Like I listened to a few songs of, like I said, Standing in the Shadows, In Motion's a great song, but I never really went deep into this album until a little more recently. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was
Is this
one.
it, Brian? Yeah.
Yeah, it could be right out of my box of mystery tapes. But yeah, it had the insert that kind of went into the other side. So you open up it, that flappy
Yep,
thing that
yep.
would rip the whole time.
Little flip over it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only reason I had more of a connection back in the day with the debut
Okay.
than this one. That's all
All
it
right.
was.
And to me, and I get that the emotion part, you can't argue the emotion part and how it latches onto you. But to me, this album blows away the debut.
Wow.
100%. Like,
Okay.
I just, not taking anything away from the debut, but, like, we're talking another cover, 10 tracks with a cover, a very weak ballad,
That
Save the
Save the
Week.
Week stinks. That's a
Yeah,
skip.
and
That's
it
so
just,
skip.
to me, it really goes nowhere. Like, I like the content or, like, the message in it and stuff, but, like, it just a weak song.
It does, yeah.
And has the superior ballad, Dream On. Look the
I
hell
agree.
out.
I'll agree
Like,
with that. Yep.
I don't know, I just think over time, like, this was the clear-cut winner for me, when it comes
Okay.
to Britney Fox catalog.
I think it's another one of those situations where the band matures and gets better at what they do on the second album. I
And
could see that.
you got a good mixture of well-produced stuff as well on
Mhm.
this album compared to the first album, which was more raw, which is cool. I like that. It had a little bit I don't know necessarily more edge, because some songs do have edge here, on
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah.
also some have, like I said, that poppy, more produced side to the songwriting. And also too, I think we see Dizzy Dean with more of a clean vocal on these songs.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
You're right.
and now he plays both sides,
Yeah.
but more so like with the debut, he played more Tom Kiefer, Dizzy, and this we get a lot of in between Dizzy, clean
Yeah, you're
and
right.
raspy, which I think is a big plus because Dean has a good clean voice.
Yeah, he does. He does. Unfortunately, him and the rest of the band got all pissed off, and he went his separate ways, and
That
they
man,
didn't even tour for this thing. The
well,
tour
and
got
that's
canceled.
yes, that's the thing. They only did like overseas touring. I think, and that was only for a short period of time,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Well, doesn't count.
Yeah, and they were the debut went gold at that point, and it was on the verge of going platinum if they went out and supported Boys in Heat, and Boys
I
in Heat
know.
was real close to going gold if they went out and supported it, and that just blows my mind. I don't know if you've seen that post or that we were talking the thread on Twitter or X, and was saying how Dizzy left for Black Eyed Susan. I don't know what like, I don't know all the financial behind it, like, I hear different numbers and stuff, like, you have a band that's making waves, you know what I mean? Like, you have a gold album already to your
Yeah.
name, you have one that's about to go platinum, and also one, if you tour it, is going gold. Like, I just don't see you woulda had to have got, like, a 500,000 signing bonus to leave and do your own thing.
Yeah, but then again, if you hate your band members, like I can't be in this. You're gonna be in a tour bus with them? No, you're gonna take the
Yeah,
strings off the bass and choke the guy with it. Fuck this.
that's true.
And that's something we really don't think about. We think about the money and being on stage and the women and the fame, but it's like if you have to do it with someone you can't fucking stand, I don't know. I can see myself being like, fuck
Yeah,
this. I'm
I
out.
get that, but
Especially if you feel like I'll just start another band and bands are getting signed left and right, and I already have some name recognition. How hard can this be? Or at least I can do it on my own. And, we know it didn't explode, but
yeah, but, name recognition, I can see some of that, but they weren't house I don't know if I would say they're not household names because obviously you
no, they
got
weren't. No.
but, like, it he's not Tom Kiefer, though, either. It's not like Tom Kiefer left Cinderella in '91 and to do a solo out or '89, '90 to do a solo album, like, so, like, Tom Kiefer obviously had the more well-known name than Dizzy
Yeah,
Dean.
yeah,
I don't and, and it does play an ego part, like, you always think shit's gonna be better than what it is, you always
yeah,
overestimate, and just wrong timing though too, '91,
yeah.
when that came out, so, I don't know, it just always kinda blows my mind, like, you had it all set up, you worked for every band works for that, a gold and platinum album, and you
Mm-hmm.
had 2 right here on your first 2 tries. If you just at least go and tour Boys in Heat then, and then leave.
That
After the tour, leave, then, but, like, that just to me just sounds crazy when you have almost everything and are working high up the charts, and just leave, but like you say, if you hate
yeah,
someone,
but
you hate someone.
that hate goes deep. That hate goes real deep. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's like I can't
I know.
stand this fucking guy. I gotta get away from him. Because it's not like you go in the studio for a couple hours and you don't see the next day. You're constantly together you're on tour.
Right.
And
Eh
again, it's like I can see you look at some shit has something happens before you go on stage or during like a sound check, and now you're all pissed at this guy. You're looking at that stage, you're like, fuck him. And then you gotta leave the stage and go on the tour bus and sit in the same fucking small bus with this guy. I just after a while just being like, I gotta get out before I murder this guy. I can't do
Well,
this.
yeah,
Fucking
and to your
kill
point,
him.
it's not like they were Motley Crue or Bon Jovi with money coming out of their ass to get
Yeah, I
another
have my
tour
own
bus.
separate but even then though, yeah, I get to get away from this person on a bus, and I get my own still,
Yeah,
I'm on the
I
road, I'm all feel grimy, I'm pissy, I'm tired, and I gotta fucking deal with this asshole. I can totally see that.
I mean, I get it, the hate does run deep. When
Yeah,
it runs
especially
deep, look the
and
fuck
it's
out.
yeah, and it's not like there's any, like, I don't know, you're getting away from it. You're just dealing with that. Think of someone you really can't stand at work, and now
Yeah,
you're in a small room with them for 7 hours, 10 hours, and it's like,
that's true. That's a very good point, and not a lot of people can do that. So
yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, good point. So Brian, we got here next. Cats in Boots with Kicked and Clawed.
Hey, this is Michael Kelly Smith from Britny Fox. You're watching the Kourse Metal Show. Rock on.
Talk to me.
It's a great sleaze album. Unfortunately, we only got the one.
Sleaze. You going
I would, I
sleaze
would, I
album?
would definitely call this sleaze. You wouldn't call this sleaze?
I don't know. I think it's just kind of very hard rocky, edgy, but not I never really threw sleaze in with Cats and Boots.
I always thought like that because that
Really?
just listen to like the riff to Shotgun Sally during the chorus. That's just dirty, grimy, and it's great. This heavy,
There
grimy riff,
Oh
and
yeah.
a lot of the guitar work on this album is like that. It's just
There's certainly the tonnage is there. I get that. The riffage, I like. I know what you're saying, but I don't know. To me, I never put them in the same camp as Spread Eagle or Nasty Idols or even Vane.
really.
You
See, I
know,
would. Would you put him in the same camp as like a Little Caesar?
I would probably put them closer to a Little Caesar than
Wow.
say
See,
a Vane.
I'm the opposite. Who are you?
Mm. Okay, all right, good, good,
But
good,
yeah,
good.
I kind of always thought they were like this is I don't know, just a griminess to them that kind of would fit with a spready. I can easily see them like the Sleaze Metal tour, them opening up for like Spread Eagle or something.
I'm
Faster
not.
Pussycat, Cat and Boots, and Spread Eagle. Like the
I,
animal themed show.
I will. I will certainly say I'm not against saying that they're sleaze. Like I'm not gonna go to war with you over that, But like I just never was like sleaze this album,
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah,
Well.
yeah. All right, all right. So
But
yeah,
I remember buying this on cassette again because I'm an old
okay.
fuck. Because oh shit, we go. Because Shotgun Sally, I saw the video
Music
on
video.
Headbangers Ball,
Yeah.
and like I gotta get this. And I think the follow up, shit, Her Monkey, that's
Mhm.
a great tune. Any song that starts off with "It's not what you call it, it's how it makes you feel," oh, it's so fucking good. But even back then, I really didn't dig deep into this album
Mhm.
until maybe about 10 years ago or so. And I'm like, holy shit, this thing is fucking great. I mean, one of my favorites is Long, Long Way from Home. Evil Angel is great. Judas
Mhm.
Kiss, Heaven and a Heart. This is one I'll put on and not maybe. What's the one that's kind of slow tempoed? Every
The
Sunrise.
yeah, Sunrise, yeah.
That might be one where I'm like, yeah, but the rest, all those other songs are just really goddamn good.
Really? Okay, so we're gonna this is I was kind of expecting you to say this. And
What does that
I
mean?
gotta say, man, like this I had this ever since I was a teenager, but I gotta say, as time's going on, I like it less and less. Like,
Wow.
yes. To me, Joel Ellis's masterpiece is Heavy Bones. Like, and this is a
Uh-huh.
clear cut second. Like, clear cut. Not that it's bad. Not that it's bad in any means. But to me, like you said, the singles are really good. They were the ones that made me like the or like want to buy this album.
Yeah.
But over time, I just some of these deep cuts just do not get there with me. Now I can listen to them, but like you said, every sunrise, that's one that I'm like, I just can't get into that at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and also I guess you would maybe say that that's the ballad on here. If I
No,
mean
it's like that weird. A lot of bands would do this. It wasn't really a ballad. It was like this.
atmospheric.
Yeah, like a bluesy influence mid-tempo song where it's like dun, 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 dun. It's like, all right, we got it. Okay. Either rock it or just make it a ballad. Pick one. You can't have this in between,
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Or Every Sunrise is off of Alice Cooper's "Love It to Death." What's
Okay.
that song? It's something Sunrise, and it reminds me of this song. And I don't really care for the Alice Cooper Sunrise song either
Oh,
on
what
that
the hell
album.
is that? Because
Yeah,
this reminds me of a lot of bands would have something like this for some
yeah.
reason.
I
I'm
feel
going.
like Spread Eagle on their second album, Open to the Public, did that a lot.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it as much.
Yeah, yep. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that. I'm with you. But like I said, this album's fine. I'm not gonna tell anyone not to listen to this. It's still a good album. But to me, man, like when I want to listen, okay, let me tell you why I don't care for this album. When it comes to Joel, I feel like a lot of the songs on here, Joel does kind of the same vocal delivery when you compare to what he ends up doing with Heavy Bones,
Okay.
man, like his voice and what he does is all over the place. And just even the music from the bit, like
Yeah.
instrumentally, is
Yeah.
all over the place and absolutely great. They do heavy stuff, they do slow stuff, atmospheric stuff perfectly. And here it's like Joe's just kind of giving us one delivery. Some of the songs do kind of sound similar, like so. I remember, this morning when I was listening to this at work, I was like, I'm kind of ready for this album to be over. To be honest with you, like,
Wow.
yeah, and I gotta be in a mood to listen to this album. I will say, so, but like I said, over the years, it has gotten a little. I visit it less and less,
Hmm.
uh, but still one that I wouldn't. I'm not gonna knock and be like, no, don't you don't want to listen to this album, So, still one I recommend, but.
All right.
All right. Yeah, so yeah,
I'm
we
not here
got
to
a little
argue.
disagreement there. I like
I'm not here
that.
to argue. Well, you could
Yeah,
be wrong. It's
okay.
your
All
show.
right. All right. So, Brian, I know we're both looking forward to this next one here, and that is going to be Goddard's Dial Hard from
S-
1994, Brian.
that's just
1990,
weird in itself that it's so late in the game. When did their debut come out? 91?
92.
92. Holy shit. I don't know it was
Yeah.
that late. See, that one I'm familiar with. So
Are you?
when
Okay.
you
All right.
suggested this, I'm like, I really haven't gone deep with this band, though I've heard a lot of people talk praise about them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time hearing this album, and I was highly impressed. Like, holy shit. And I don't think there's a bad song on this, though I don't like the cover of Come Together. That's that
Ooh,
how
interesting.
do you do that song and not have that iconic bass line?
Okay.
I'm
Well, and that.
listening because at
Okay.
first it
All right.
starts off with that "Why don't we do it in the road?" or whatever the hell
Yeah,
it is,
yeah,
that little
yeah.
bluesy thing.
I
And
actually like that.
I'm
I
thinking to
actually like
myself, I'm
that.
like, oh, this isn't the Beatles song. It's something different. And then they go into it. And I'm like, what? Why? What are they doing? Why would you do this?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that was the only one I was like, nah. But the rest of this album, holy shit, is it good?
Okay,
Oh
all
my
right.
god, yeah, it had me. The first song, Higher, I was like, fuck, I'm in. I'm in.
Really? It
Yeah, and
did.
it just
Okay.
it just
All right.
didn't stop until Come Together. But yeah, this is a really goddamn good album.
Ah, man. Yeah. Now, what do you think other than the cover? Because you mentioned the bass. What do you think of the bass mix on this album?
I think it's.
I think it's damn good. You can hear the bass on a lot of these songs.
Oh yeah, you can. And I was gonna say
Okay.
it's. I mean, there's stuff. I don't think it's just the mix. It's the fact that he's doing more than most bands of this genre bassist would do.
Okay.
If you're just thumping away on one note and you got a heavy guitar, yeah, it's gonna get lost. It's not really.
And
It's
Ian
giving.
Hill of Judas Priest.
Yes,
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, like that saying goes, the bassist plays to the song. I mean, I get that. But yeah,
Mhm.
there's some tasty stuff on this. I really was impressed with this one.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Man, I love this fucking album so much. Yeah, it, this is the perfect way to end off a great subgenre of the original run of the subgenre
Hmm.
of hair metal. 1994. Are you fucking kidding me? Like
Yeah.
Cinderella Still Climbing is a great album, but guys, let Cinderella back up a little bit. This is what you want to listen to, for 1994 when you want to say bye to hair metal.
Who's calling me a liar, you or the machine? Because I want to know whose ass to kick.
Like
I'm
it's
with you
right
on
there,
that.
man.
Yeah.
But I actually am very like we agree wholeheartedly, but I'm going to disagree with a couple things with you here from what you said. Uh,
What is it
The
with you
cover.
tonight? Jesus.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was primed up for a night, I guess. Come Together. I do not like the Beatles at all, but I can
Mhm.
listen to this song. I can listen to this cover. But
I
like I
don't
said,
think it sucks. I'm not gonna say that, but again,
you
it's
just
just
want that bass
why.
line. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's
And I
you're
and I'm
changing.
I would agree with you on that. I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, like they changed the arrangement of the song just to for reasons. There's a guy who's got he's had a YouTube channel forever where he does metal covers of all sorts of pop songs. Leo is the guy's name.
Oh, okay.
He did a killer version of this song. So I mean that came out a few years ago. And obviously this one's older, and I'm hearing this, and I'm like, it's not as ballsy as the other as Leo's version. That's just
Okay.
it's so fucking good. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, again, that it's not even their song, so I can't really say they didn't write it. They
Right,
decided to
yeah.
change it for reasons. But I
And
think the rest of the album is fucking killer.
okay. And I was gonna say the intro or the first track, Higher, I actually don't really care for. I think that's the weak spot on the album. Like,
Wow, really? Because that
yeah,
hooked me in.
because to me, I would say, well, other than the cover, but like of the original material, this is probably the weaker or the weakest song on the album. But because the whole rest of the album is so kick ass,
Yeah,
but like, and it's not that it's not a good first impression, but I even when I first listened to this album and to this day, that song is still not on the iPod, and
really.
it's just not.
Hmm.
It's just there. It's fine. Like if it randomly comes on, okay, yeah, cool, Steve Lee, oh, badass, let's go. But like when you're comparing to like Mountain Mama,
Yeah.
like She Goes Down.
Hmm.
Oh my god, I'm your traveling man, so goddamn bluesy. Oh Jesus. And all right, Brian, that six track here. Six track, talk to me. Love for Money. Is that the best fucking song in
That's
the
a good
genre?
one. Now this is the thing. I'm gonna say this. I liked Higher, and that's the one I was like, oh shit, okay, I see where this goes. And you're right, it does get stronger. I'm not gonna say
Okay,
that it's
all
the
right.
best. I do like it though. But yeah, that is a great tune.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
this whole album is full of great
Yeah,
tunes.
yeah, okay, but before I get to the next track here, but I gotta say, I'm not kidding you, Brian. I think it is a top 5, top 10 song of the genre. Love for Money.
This executive order is the fuck around and find out order, also known as the FAFO. This order is for everyone who fucked around and will now find out.
Hold it. This is a good one. Is everybody listening?
I don't know where you can find a better riff, better vocal performance, and just
It's a solid
production,
song.
sound, like just I don't know everything. The good now, I will say they could have put a better guitar solo in this song. I will say that.
Okay, all
But
right.
other than that, everything else, look the fuck out, man. Like this is I usually don't say what my favorite songs are because it's very hard to find a favorite song in this genre, but that is up there. That is certainly up there. Uh,
Mhm.
oh, and always has been because going on to the next track here, we got Dirty Devil Rock and Beavis and Butthead are at the beginning
Yes,
of it, and
yes.
I always thought that was like one of the coolest things. I'm like,
That's a good
oh
tune too. I mean, I
yeah, yeah,
so
and
many good
because like
songs in
when
this.
the first like year I listened to this album, I was like, Dirty Devil Rock's probably the best song on here. Then I was like, after the first year of spinning this, I was like, am I retarded or something? Love for the Money is way better. Not that Dirty Devil Rock's bad at all because it's a great song. But like that's what like it goes back to my rant of Love for the Money is like absolutely great, one of the best songs of the genre.
Mhm.
So man, and since we like talking about Gene Simmons, did you take notice at the end of that song, Dirty Devil Rock? Someone at the end says, "Hey, if someone drops off a line and they don't come back, do you sniff it or whatever?" Doesn't that sound like Gene Simmons?
I'll have to listen to it again.
Yes, please listen to it again because
What
every
is
time Every time I listen to it, I'm like, did Gene do a
I
fucking cameo on this album
I
here?
could see him doing that too.
Yeah.
Mr. Millions of Dollars would just take someone's line of coke just because they didn't come back fast
Yeah,
enough.
yes.
I could see
Yes.
him
That
doing
is
that.
exactly.
Oh
Yes,
my
exactly what I said. Please, yeah, you after this, you have to listen to it again because every time I hear it, I think of Gene Simmons. It sounds just like Gene Simmons. But
Interesting. I don't know.
maybe
That's
he
a
produced
question.
this bitch. Hang on, let me sit down.
No, if he
Yeah,
did,
no, I
then
know.
this thing would be a dud. What are you talking about?
But hey, and
Where are
even
these guys from?
Switzerland, I believe.
That's it. Okay, it was Europe. Okay, all right.
So now, which is actually kind of crazy because like not many Swiss bands, but they are very
No.
big over in or Switzerland,
Switzerland,
and
yeah.
and now this album, if I remember correctly, didn't do much like over there, but like every one of their other albums went like gold and platinum and shit. Like, but this one, I think, if I remember correctly, this one didn't do as good as any of their other ones, which is absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Wow.
But I will say,
Didn't someone in the band die?
well, Steve died, the vocalist
Yes.
and main songwriter. So I gotta say, after he died, they still went on,
Yeah.
and it's good. But man, Steve,
They lost something.
one of
Yeah.
the one of the most underrated songwriters of the genre as well. Like right up there with Janie Lane, in my opinion.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
All
because like
right.
I,
Well,
I'm
just
telling,
look at the
I'm
album. Listen to the album.
yeah,
It's
dude,
improved. Yeah.
dude, I'm telling you, like even these albums after this, so you're talking mid to late '90s, uh, are good, but not this. Like this is the only album that sounds like this. And then, like you said, you're familiar with their debut. It's not this either, you
No.
know. So it's just more of a hair metal sound. I don't think it's as good, but it's still good. But then once you go after Dial Hard, you got more of like a modern or for the times like a modern mainstream rock, like kind of like what
Mhm.
Bon Jovi was doing, but with
Okay.
balls and actual talent.
Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
You know? So
Wow. All
so
right. Tell us how you really
and
feel.
dude, I'm telling you, there's some good shit on the next 3 albums with Steve Lee before he died in a motorcycle
Is
crash.
that what it was?
Yeah, and that it's such a shame because he was such a talent, and, like, I love Janie Lane, but, man, Steve is right up there in my book with Janie
Mhm.
Lane, you know, like, as far as underrated songwriting and just singer in general, like, he has great vocals as
Yeah.
well. So, but man, like I said, I don't talk about Goddard nearly enough as much as I love them.
Like,
But
I'm surprised I'm not into them, especially after listening to this one. I'm like, how am I not like listening to these guys on a regular basis? You know, I
because you're
know
not in
of them.
Switzerland,
I like their songs, and it's like, how am I not like?
and no one ever talks about them. You know,
Yeah,
like I mean,
yeah,
now granted, they are a way forgotten band in America, and they never even did anything in America. You know,
yeah,
like sold anything. So I mean, I get that, but man, like this band is so goddamn good. And even like they still put out quality stuff, but it's not to me the Steve Lee era. You know,
yeah.
I'm on my way,
Yes, that's really good.
dude. Like the top 50 ballad
Ooh,
to me. For me, top 50 ballad. Like, and it's a great way to end the album too.
yes, I'll
You
say
know,
that.
generally, I'm like, I don't really like a slow song, you know, to end off the album, but or a ballad, but like that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was it. It kind of was like it's one of those albums. It ends, and you're like, I gotta hear it again.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
it does. You're just like, oh shit. If they put a 14th song in there, like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You know, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's keep
Yeah.
doing this.
The riffs for days. You know, like it's just so tasty the whole way through.
Yeah, that's a good way
Everything
of
is
putting
just
it.
tasty. Bass, guitar, vocals, drums, like everything is coming at you on every different song too. Like it's
Do
awesome.
they have one or two guitarists in the band? Is it the one?
I believe it's 2.
It's two. Okay, okay.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because 'cause I'm looking back at live footage, and it was 2 of them.
Mm,
So, man, and even, like, their live footage is, like, fucking good too, like, it's crazy shit, you know?
yeah,
So
yeah.
but, I mean, it's a great album, I strongly recommend everyone checking it out, but, Brian, I think we got all of our Goddard monkeys out of
Got
us.
our got out our Goddard.
So, Brian, can you give me your number 4? Check it out, guys. We
Oh.
have our own Crash Course Metal Show merch. This is the t-shirt here, the unisex shirt. It is 100% ring spun cotton, fits very nicely. Now we also have in the store, we have a zip up hoodie as well. As you can see on the back, it does have the logo, the Crash Course logo. Wear it big, wear it proud. And then we also have your standard hoodie here. So both of these hoodies here are 50% cotton and 50% polyester. So there will be not hardly any shrinkage, if at all. Shout out again to Integral Merch Services. And if you guys can pick up any merch, I would greatly appreciate it. And that helps the channel out so much. And like always, guys, stay out of that collateral damage now.
I think this one was the easiest one for me. It's Ace.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Frehley. Sorry,
Okay.
Space Ace. But yeah, it's just there's nothing that really. There's some good songs. I'm not gonna say that, but overall, as an album, it doesn't hit you in the face and go like, "Yeah, here, Ace is back, and I told you so." And I'm like,
That's the most memorable line in the album, huh?
yeah. Oh, no. It's no. I think the one is if the devil wants to play his card game, he's gonna have to play without an ace in his deck,
Yeah,
and you're
yep.
like, "Fuck yeah, Ace,
Yeah.
yeah."
And then he does the solo. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then by the end of the album, you're like, all right, I don't want to listen to your instrumental. I can't. No,
You
no.
can have your ace back.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, there's all 52 cards. Done.
All right, so I would disagree with you a little bit here. I'm going with Cats and Boots.
I thought you would.
And that actually surprised me because when we initially were talking about this Four Squared, I said let's do a dud album, and we came up with Ace Frehley, and I was like, oh shit, I made a mistake. But I mean, it's just I just don't visit Cats and Boots that much, and when
Really?
I visit
Wow.
Joel, it's always Heavy Bones. So like, I just don't get there that much. Even the singles off of Cats and Boots when it comes on, I hate to say this, sometimes if I'm just not in the mood, it gets skipped. You know?
Oh my god. Well,
Yep.
thanks for having me on. I got that thing.
I'm done. Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off.
Oh,
But,
well, that's all right. I'm gonna hurt your feelings in a minute anyway.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are. Talk to me. What is your number 3?
My number 3 is gonna be Boys in Heat.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Alright.
I'll get to it, but again, it's a solid album,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think the next 2 I like more. Just it's personal
Okay.
taste. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, this thing was like Ace had no problem. 2 and 3, I kind of flipped, and you can change, and given any given day could be flipped, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with that.
Okay.
Number 3.
All right. That's fair. I mean, because I do know you do have a love for that or for Boys in Hate. You prove it. Not the album cover, but for the album. I
it's
know
a good
you love
album.
it.
I'm not gonna knock
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I know. I know. I
We've
just
done this so many times where it's like
I know.
it's got to be in an order.
I know.
Here
I
it
know.
is.
I was not expecting the love for Cats and Boots from you though. That's
Really?
the surprise. That's the surprise here. But for me, for
Wow.
number 3 is going to be Ace Frehley.
Okay.
Now originally, like I said, that was not what my initial thought and ranking was going to be. But when I revisit these albums, specifically Ace, I was like, fuck, I really enjoy that side A. That side A is
It is the better
good.
side, definitely.
And
Yeah,
I
easily.
visit Rock Soldiers. We Got Your Rock
Mhm.
and Into the Night more than I visit anything off Cats and Boots. So just that alone, like it will put it in the number 3 spot over Cats. So that's my number 3, Brian. What you got
Wow.
for 2?
My 2 is gonna be Gotthard.
Oh man,
impressed by it.
I really did not see this coming.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't think so either, because I would, since I wasn't familiar with it, I probably would have put it, well, not knowing it at the time, 4. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
listening to it, I'm like, holy shit, this is good. Like, I
Okay.
was like thoroughly impressed when the album ended. I was like, God damn. Listen to it again on the way home today. I was like, fuck, this is a great album. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, not connected with it like these older albums because I just didn't have it back then.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, except for the cover, every fucking track here is fucking killer.
Yeah.
Unbelievably, it's unexpectedly good, and I'll say that.
Yes. I'm with you. Like, it was for 1994 too.
Yeah.
That's the big X factor for me. Not because if this one came out in '88, I'm still saying that this album's a fucking beast, But
Mhm.
like 1994, man, like you're not expecting anything like this to come out in 1994, and that's what
Yeah.
makes it all the more me being passionate about it. So my number two is going to be Goddard as well.
Mhm.
As much as I love it, there's just another album that means a lot more emotional ties and just even me listening to it all the way through all the time, still to this day, 32 years later, is why I go number one. But Goddard, man, that it was tough because in probably any other list, this probably would go number one. But we just had Poison Heat, so that is my number
Yeah.
two. Brian, talk to me a little bit about your number one.
Obviously, it's gonna be Cats and Boots. I mean, this thing, unlike you, who doesn't have taste apparently, um,
Yeah, I guess so.
I've liked this album more than over the years have gone. I know you went the opposite, but
Yeah,
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 I
okay.
I really I can't remember the guitarist's name, the Japanese guy.
Yeah. Uh,
But I
it
like his guitar tone on this album.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, like, I like it too, but to me, I just feel like we kinda get a lot of the same songs over and over and again, you know?
Mhm.
I that's the only real thing that I think what keeps me from, like, coming back all the to it all the time, like, I feel like it's a lot of repetitive stuff, uh, but I'm not gonna knock you, I mean, it's a good album still, I just gotta find something wrong with it. Something has to go 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
So,
I got it. Because I
uh,
was it today? I was playing it at work, and I posted it online. And Patrick, he's been on Guru Show with me a few times, and he even said, "Yeah, the guitar work on this album is just great." I go, "Yeah, like I love the tone of the guitar on this thing.
mhm,
It's just got this heavy griminess." I think the guy plays a Les Paul to these songs where it's like, "Fuck yeah."
yeah.
I, that's just
And
me.
now, I will say comparing, Cats and Boots to Heavy Bones, Cats and Boots albums is probably overall more energetic, certainly, so, like, it has that attitude, like, energetic
Yeah,
attitude to it.
yeah, but I mean, the songs on the Heavy Bones album, that's what those songs are like that. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
It's not like it's
But
supposed
it's
to be
not
an
the whole way
energetic.
through the album like
Yeah,
Cats and Boots.
but also it's not like it's supposed to be an energetic song, and then it's like, oh, you're not really hitting with. No, it's not supposed to be an energetic song. If it
Mhm.
was, it would be energetic. No, but that's not what
Thank
it's
you,
meant.
Brian. Yeah, thank
It's not
you.
what it's meant to be. I don't know if I'm conveying that right, but it's not like they tried to make an energetic song that had no energy behind it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
okay. I
They
understand what you're saying.
like you said, they toned it down or did what they had to do, and Ellis' voice accommodated to it greatly on that album. It's a fantastic album.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
not Cats and Boots. I mean, that's the thing. It's a different. That's what I'm looking for. Almost a different attitude musically on
Mhm.
with both
Yeah,
albums.
yes, it is. Now a little side a little side ranking here. What do you got? Heavy Bones or Cats and Boots album? What do you like better?
Ooh, that might be a dead heat for me.
Oh,
It
okay.
might be a
Alright,
dead
wow,
heat.
okay.
I
Very
because
nice, very
the
nice.
Heavy Bones is it's a strong album. I mean,
Yeah. Alright, the fact that I made you think about that was what I wanted. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Alright, so yeah, for my number one, gonna be Boys in Heat. Best Britney Fox album, one of the best albums of, the genre probably, in my opinion, just because you got 13 tracks. What other album has 13 tracks, Brian? And all of them are and you're still kinda wanting a 14th track, you know?
I gotta think about that. I gotta think of a long.
Yeah.
Slick Toxic. Doesn't Slick
Ooh,
Toxic
okay.
do nasty?
I mean, I I won't agree with you, but that's a very good, counter
I
to
think the only the instrumental strong though.
No, Rachel's Dead's good, yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good one. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna reel that one in before it gets out. It gets loose.
Yeah,
Uh,
but that's a good counterpoint. I like that, Slick Toxic.
and I'm gonna say Silent Majority by Life, Sex, and Death. That's a really goddamn good album.
See, I never. Well, I need to listen to that again. I never
Yeah,
really got into the singles, so like,
okay.
But now, just from me looking from the outside, is that really hair metal though? Like, or
If
is
you
it?
look at the rest of the band, yeah, Stanley not so much. He's homeless
Yeah, yeah,
metal.
yeah. He's his own. He's his own genre. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. There you go. Bum metal.
The true definition of Skid Row metal.
Yeah. Oh, I remember getting that. I remember seeing them on Headbangers Ball, and they were just talking about. They weren't in the studio, and Ricky Rockman is talking about this guy, and just had a video of Stanley out in the street acting all weird and shit. And they're like, "Yeah, look at this guy." Like they had nothing to say about it. I was like, "All right, this is what he's like." But if you watch like any live footage of them, the dude was an unbelievable frontman.
Yeah, he could do
Holy
anything.
shit! Like, oh my god, like, guy's got energy. He's getting the crowd involved. It's like, holy crap! And the guy stinks. Like, the guy
Literally,
smells.
yeah.
He literally didn't shower. Oh my god! All right.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, because like they did a lot of shows or went on tour with like Lynch Mob as well. Because even Michael Kelly, when they were out doing Bite Down Hard, they went out and watched LSD live shows. What in between, like at night or whatever, in between doing the album. So like there is a hair metal connection to LSD, but like I said, I don't know. Everything I ever heard doesn't really remind me of anything like hair metal. So like that's why I asked that question.
Yeah, I play on my show, so fuck it. It's hair metal.
All right, that's the answer to everything. If it's on Brian's show, it's great.
So
and
might
it
as well
works.
throw in Pantera and Dream Theater too. It's hair metal.
Am I gonna hear Cemetery Gates next week on your show?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Tune in Fridays at 8:30. I'm gonna play fucking Hostile. That's hair metal.
All right, Brian. I think we got through another Foursquare. This one was certainly fun. Certainly a tough one for me. At least the first two, or like 1 and 2. But
What was the one? Oh shit! It was Dog Eat Dog by Warrant. I
Bite
forgot what
Down
else.
Hard,
Bite Down Hard. What the hell were the other two?
Wild Side, and Hardline.
Hardline. Yeah, that's the toughest one.
Yeah, that was
Holy
that's
shit.
the Holy Grail one there for.
Yeah,
the
that
Foursquare.
was just like, oh my god, every one of these are fucking killer albums.
But this one, I'm glad we talked about Gotthard though, because like I said, Gotthard just does not get talked about nearly enough.
I'm with you. They should be talked more. It's a great album. That second album. What's the name of it again?
Dial Hard.
Dial Hard. Holy shit! I'm here. Listen to now, folks. Basement
Hey.
Brian's promoting Dial Hard right here.
I'm gonna dial hard and put a request in for next week. Is Love for Money on your show?
You got it. I'll put it on there. I fucking love to fight myself. I'm listening to going, I'll play this one on my show. This is a great album.
Yep. Brian, my man, thank you so much for coming on and talking these great albums.
Thanks for having me on. It's always
yeah,
a
man.
blast.
So tell everyone where they can find you.
Oh, I got a list of shit now. What I'm doing in my life.
We got 30 seconds, Brian.
Yeah, I know, right? You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at HB Basement. Always talking music there. I got a YouTube channel now, so check that out. So I got a bunch of videos up. Definitely check that out. And I got my Station Head show. Download the app and listen to deep tracks from this genre of music. So I'm all over the place. I'm branding myself, I guess.
Yeah,
You're
gonna be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Poison.
Yeah, right. That's just unreal. That fucking organization stinks.
Yes, I have full agreement on that. But guys, let us know in the comments what you think of this Foursquare. Give us your ranking and also recommend a Foursquare for us, because I mean, there's certainly a lot more albums that we need to get to. But
give us one freebie. Give us a dud.
Yeah.
Give us something that sucks.
Give us a Hollyweird in a couple of good ones.
Yeah, Hollyweird. There you go. There you go.
All right, Brian. Thank you again, my man, for coming on. And until next time, guys, that's Hair Basement Brian. I'm Krash. Stay out of that collateral damage, and we'll see you guys later.
wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.